Oh, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass.
What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. And I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. Also, I want to remind you guys, we will be doing the voice chat over on jeffmaclive.com. Go get yourself a paid membership so you can join us in the voice chat. It's a lot of fun. Today, we're going to be reading inappropriate books, or we're going to read one of them. And we're also going to be eating Reaper peppers. I haven't talked to Hair Juicer yet, but that's what we're doing as far as I know. So you should definitely go get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can join us for the fun stuff after the live. We're going to be starting off with this first video titled, Trump Says He's Ending Trade Talks with Canada Over TV Ads on Tariffs. And it's a doubly. The second video is the ad itself that President Trump's all mad about. But Canada lied in the ad, so, I mean, it's all right. You know, something worth being mad about, I suppose. Then we got a video titled Aircraft Carrier. U.S. deploys Ford Carrier strike group to assist Caribbean cartel crackdown. Now we're going to send an aircraft carrier out there. Lefties are going to love that. Then we got a video titled Trump Says Private Donor Gave 130 million doll hairs in order to cover military pay. I don't know how people could be mad at President Trump when he's doing stuff like that. Then we got a video titled as a follow-up video, New York AG Letitia James to appear in court on fraud charges, just giving us more details on how that's going. Of course, they're trying to get the charges thrown out, just like Comey's doing and everybody else. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Happy as Could Be. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled Witness Describes Tense Scene as Officers Shot at U-Haul During Protest. This is kind of a weird incident that happened, and they didn't catch any bad guys afterwards. Then we got a video titled Border Patrol Commander Accused of Violating Federal Judge's Orders. I can't remember what his name is, but it's the leader of ICE and all of that. We've seen him in interviews. We've covered a lot of videos that have him in there. Apparently, they're not supposed to be using tear gas on the protesters, and there's a video of him himself throwing a tear gas canister, and he ain't supposed to be doing that, I guess. So now everybody's all mad. Then we got, for the last little bit of the news, Blue State issues 62,000 CDLs to illegal border crossers, federal audit fines. So these deadly accidents, which we're going to cover a new one today, they're going to keep happening because there's 62,000 illegal truck drivers out there, and, well, that's nice. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We got an unboxing today. Technically, we got a double unboxing today. Then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Hooligans Hitting on Girls. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Donnie, and it's titled Cracking a Cold One. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Zero? What's up, Russell? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Dutton, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and thank you for racing to the chat. What's up, MU? Happy freedom. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rappy? What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Giggling Spy? Happy freedom to you. Scrolling. What's up, Courtly? Happy freedom. Let me see. Yeah, I'm right. Courtly, happy freedom to you. Let me see. Scrolling through, make sure we get everybody. Beck Frank building the suspense. No, I'm making sure I'm checking all the boxes and stuff. There's a lot to getting the live started here. What's up, Bright Gaming? What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom to you. What's up, H-Bic? What's up, Kaz? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. Happy Freedom Friday to you, hooligans. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. Make sure you hooligans hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Corley, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom. Let me see. Having coffee with common sense. Happy freedom. Is that you, Mr. Satan? What's up, Mike Engel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. And it's still doing usernames today on YouTube. I do not like that shit. I wonder if there's a way I can change it on my end. Either way, and what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with a doubly. This first one's titled, Trump says he's ending trade talks with Canada over TV ads on tariffs. Now, the first one's going to give us a summary about why Trump's mad and all this, details and whatnot. And then the second video is the ad itself, where Canada had made a cheap fake, as KJP would say, of Reagan talking bad about tariffs, but the video itself is fake. And so everybody's mad, and that's where we're going to start. So let's get this first video pulled up real quick. Make sure you hooligans hit that like button. And as soon as YouTube will let me, we'll go ahead and get started here. Do the thing. Brave browser just came out with an update, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen now. Either way, like I said, hit that like button if you haven't, and let's get into this.
President Donald Trump announced he's ending all trade negotiations with Canada because of a television ad opposing U.S. tariffs that he said misstated the facts and called, quote, egregious behavior aimed at influencing U.S. court decisions. The post on Trump's social media site came late Thursday night after Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said he aims to double his country's exports to countries outside the U.S. because of the threat posed by Trump's tariffs.
We can't control the trade policy of the United States. We recognize that that policy has fundamentally changed from the policy in the 1980s, 1990s, 2000s.
The television ad features a 1987 speech from former President Ronald Reagan speaking about tariffs. Trump posted, quote, the Ronald Reagan Foundation has just announced that Canada has fraudulently used an advertisement, which is fake, featuring Ronald Reagan speaking negatively about tariffs, end quote. Trump's call for an abrupt end to negotiations could further inflame trade tensions that already have been building between the two neighboring countries for months.
Okay, so, like I said, no more talking. President Trump's mad. He don't want to deal with these liars. So we're going to watch the video that they're all mad about real quick, and then we'll hop in the chat.
When someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
Okay, so just using cheap fakes. I don't know. I don't even know why Canada's doing that. Do you think Canadians want to hear about American patriotism? Because I don't think so. And if that's not the case, is Canada paying for ads to happen in America to influence Americans that tariffs are bad, like we have some choice over what President Trump does? Like, they're just wasting money and AI resources making dumb shit like that. It's just my opinion. Next up, aircraft carrier U.S. deploys Ford carrier strike group to assist the Caribbean cartel crackdown. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump ending trade talks with Canada and then putting out this fake video. Once again, President Trump is no longer doing the trade talks with Canada, giving them the cold shoulder now because Canada wanted to make a fake video of Reagan talking bad about the tariffs. Like I said, we got an aircraft carrier being deployed to the Caribbean. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom to you. Zero, next Friday is Halloween. Yes it is. Zero, Reagan's cadence is wrong in the ad. I knew it was fake. I heard him speak a lot. Yeah. Well, and the audio sounds too cleaned up for it to be an old recording like that. Russell, you have the most common name ever? I figured the most common name would be like Andrew or something like that. I don't know. John, maybe? Jagulous syrup lips? Is that like, are you guys throwing slurs at each other? What's up, Shane? Happy freedom. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you. Corley, I think Wisconsin is the cheeseheads. I don't think that's Canada. I'm pretty sure it's Wisconsin that gets called cheeseheads. Which I've never understood why that was a thing. That's why you see the Green Bay Packers wearing cheese on their heads. Like Packers fans. Shane, it is Wisconsin? Yeah. Kevin, what do you mean? Like flamboyant people, or you mean like strawberries? What's up, Wobbly Sausage? Happy freedom. What's up, Tube Steak? What's up, Yukon Man? Happy freedom to you. Back Frank, I was wondering about the cheese hat thing. Yeah, I don't know why they say that about Wisconsin, but yeah, that's why Green Bay Packer fans have blocks of cheese on their head at the games and stuff. Oh, I see, Kevin. I wish it was Saturday because I'd read that out loud, but I can't today. Zero, Wisconsin makes lots of cheese. That's why they're the cheeseheads. It's good cheese, Russell. I'm not a huge fan of cheese. Right now I can't really taste cheese because of whatever's wrong with me. It's a long list. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, aircraft carrier. U.S. deploys Ford carrier strike group to assist in the Caribbean cartel crackdown. Now, people are already getting mad because Colombia's leader is saying that President Trump is striking fishing boats. I wonder what everybody's going to think now that we're going to be sending an aircraft carrier out there. We really don't like those fishermen. You know, we have a thing against them. You could not make a more dead face on TV. I don't know what this is. Just not a thought behind those eyes. Just semen. Anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. As we do have some breaking news we want to take you out to here right now. Fox News just putting this out on social media. The U.S. military is sending an aircraft carrier to the waters off South America in the latest escalation and buildup of military forces in the region. The Pentagon announcing this moments ago here today. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered the USS Gerald R. Ford and its strike group to deploy to the U.S. Southern Command to, quote, bolster U.S. capacity to detect, monitor, and disrupt illicit actors and activities that compromise the safety and prosperity of the United States. Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell said that in a social media post. The USS Ford is currently deployed in the Mediterranean Sea along with 3 destroyers. It would likely take several days for the ships to make the journey to South America. And I also wanted to just share some of this video that we did just pull for you here as well. Deploying an aircraft carrier is a major escalation of military power in a region that has already seen an unusually large U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean Sea and the waters off Venezuela. Hours before Parnell announced this news, Hegseth said the military had conducted the 10th strike on a suspected drug-running boat, leaving 6 people dead and bringing the death count for the strikes that began in early September to at least 43 people. The Pentagon told reporters it had nothing further to add beyond that statement. Hegseth said the vessel struck overnight and was operated by the Tren de Aragua gang. It was the second time the Trump administration has tied one of its operations to the gang that originated in a Venezuelan prison. The pace of the strikes has quickened in in recent days, from 1 every few weeks when they first began to 3 this week, killing a total of at least 43 people since September. 2 of the most recent strikes were carried out in the eastern Pacific Ocean, expanding the area where the military has launched attacks and shifting to where much of the cocaine from the world's largest producers is smuggled. So once again, we're bringing this to you here on Live Now from Fox as we did learn this breaking news. Let's put this back up on your screen here as we are sharing with you, if you are just tuning in, that the U.S. military is now sending an aircraft carrier to the waters off of South America. This latest escalation and buildup of military forces in the region. Once again, that just came from the Pentagon, announced moments ago. Stepping away for a 2-minute break once again.
Okay, so sending this carrier out there, and then also another drug boat strike. This is a doubly. This is a doubly all in one. Either way, next up we got Trump says private donor gave $130 million in order to cover military pay. This guy does everything he can to make sure everything's running, and people still find a reason to bitch. Either way, we're going to hop in the chat before we get into the next video. Once again, they were saying we're sending an aircraft carrier to the waters off of South America to combat cartel drug boats. The USS Gerald R. Ford also talks of the latest drug boat strike, killing 6 TDA members. We haven't heard a lot about TDA members in a while. Maybe it's because we're blowing them out of the water. Either way, like I was saying, we got President Trump talking about getting a check from a friend in order to pay the military. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about this aircraft carrier being sent out. Russell, the carrier has more planes on it than most air forces in the world. Yeah, it's another show of force. President Trump's trying to make the world great again. That's what he's trying to do, trying to get everybody straightened out. We can't fix our country if every other country sucks, so we got to like fix their shit and then fix ours. Shane, whoever donated that is a true American. Paying troops wages? Yeah, absolutely. Patriot Dad, boom, deleted. Thanks, Trump. Yep. Gotta stop that drug flow. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom to you. Stoner, cold, dead eyes. Like a doll's eyes. Yeah, I don't know. She's seen some things. Probably a lot of things, unfortunately. The prettier they are, the higher the mileage. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom. What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom to you. What's up, John? Happy freedom. Do you think the Dems are going to take back Congress? Because I don't see it. I don't know, John. I don't know what's going to happen. The way our elections are and the way that people vote, I have no idea. But we'll be covering it. What's up, Kirsten? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, don't mess with America's boats. Yep, exactly. Thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, Trump says private donor gave him $130 million in order to cover the military's pay. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. Like I said, one of Trump's buddies just paid the military. Could you imagine being that wealthy? You're like, here's a check. Just make sure the entire military is being paid. We can afford this. What kind of favor you think President Trump's done for this guy in order to have that kind of favoritism? Somebody you just hitting him up like, hey, you think you send me $130 million? They're like, yeah, come pick the check up tonight. Crazy stuff. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Americans are going to go without their first full paychecks, federal workers.
By the way, a friend of mine, talking about donors, a friend of mine, a man that's great, I'm not going to use his name unless he lets me do it. Susie can tell you about this, but he called us the other day and he said, I'd like to contribute any shortfall you have because of the Democrat shutdown. I'd like to personally contribute any shortfall you have with the military. because I love the military and I love the country. And any shortfall, if there's a shortfall, I'll contribute it. And today he sent us a check for $130 million. I would love to tell you he doesn't really want the recognition, if you want to know the truth, but he gave us a check for $130 million, which was sort of a shortfall, yeah. And that's going to go to the military, yeah. Is that the correct number? $130 million. That's what I call a patriot.
All right. So like I said, President Trump's friends helping him out. If it was anybody else, they'd just been like, well, that's too bad. That's too bad. Next up, New York AG Letitia James to appear in court on fraud charges. They're going to be updating us on how this is going, and News Nation, of course, is very biased, so they're going to be calling this revenge campaign over and over again. I don't know if CNN, MSNBC, or the government directly told them to say that, but it's just revenge campaign. It's their slogan, I guess, for the day. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump's friend cutting him a check for 130 doll hairs and make sure the military gets paid. Russell, 130 million, I doubt will cover half a month pay for the military. Yeah, it's better than nothing, and it's Democrats' fault. President Trump shouldn't even have to fix it. They want to shut the government down. They could take all that money that they normally pay Congress and just make sure the military is getting paid, but everything's ass backwards on Capitol Hill. Kirsten, who's the lady on Hegseth's right? I have no idea. Hold on, let me see if I can get it pulled up. See if I can find it. I don't know who that is. I'm not sure. Susie Wiles, I think is her name. I wonder if it's... There's a female that helps President Trump. She's like the brains behind the operation in a lot of different ways, and I wonder if that's who this woman is. I didn't know anything about her until President Trump became president again this last time, and he gave her a lot of praise, and I had never heard of her before. Supposedly she does... Yeah, I think that is who it is. It says that she's a consultant and government official, a longtime advisor to President Trump. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. That's who helps President Trump strategize like everything. She's like the brains behind the operation. She continues to make wise choices and moves ahead of time, you know, as a suggestion to President Trump. And like I said, when he first got back in office, he was highly praising her. And so I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Susie Wiles. Matt Rogers, it's going to be funny if it turns out that there isn't a friend and he used his money. Like President Trump just said he got a check from a friend because he knew if he wrote the check, then everybody'd be mad. I wouldn't be surprised. Not at all. Russell, I bet it was Elon that gave that money. Could be. I kind of feel like Elon would want credit for it, but maybe not. Maybe he's too embarrassed. Maybe he wants to help out, but he doesn't want to put his name on it because of the shit that happened between President Trump and Elon. You know, Elon was saying he was on the list and all that stuff. Zero, Susie is chief of staff. Yeah. Russell, tax write-off. Yeah. It would be. If you donate money like that, it's absolutely a tax write-off. That's what I was going to say about Trump getting the $230 million from the DOJ, because that's a controversial thing that's happening right now. They don't know if he's going to get the money or how much he's going to get or any of that. But they keep asking him about it. And the last time they asked him about it, he said that he's pretty much hands off. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's between the DOJ and his attorneys. But he said whatever he gets out of it, he's going to just give it to charity, which sounds really good, and it is good. But at the same time, if he just got the money, maybe it's taxable income. I don't know how that works. I've never won a settlement in court. But it would be a tax deduction if he donated it to charity. So if he got $200 million and he just kept it, he'd have to give about $100 million to the government in taxes. But if he donates the entire thing, he can write it off as $200,000 in his tax deductions. And so that's $200,000 he doesn't have to pay into taxes for profit for his business. That's how all business works. But most people don't understand that, and that's why the Democrats can come out there and say, oh, well, the tax breaks that the millionaires benefit off of. Yeah, if you were a millionaire, you'd want to benefit off that shit too. There's tax breaks for all kinds of stuff. Like if you're a woman, you get better tax breaks than any man does. They literally have it right in the tax code. If you're any color but white, you get tax breaks. There's all kinds of stuff. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or not. There's all kinds of benefits out there to run your own business. That's why I always tell you guys, like, don't let fear stop your dreams, because going out there and doing your own thing is very American. It puts you in control of your life, but a lot of people let fear stop them. I got a lot of friends that are like that. They'd rather work for somebody else because they think it's more secure than working for themselves. But if you're disciplined enough and you're resilient, you could absolutely work for yourself. Shane, tax write-off or not, it's still pimp. Yeah, $230 million from the DOJ. Kirsten didn't know that about tax breaks. Yeah, it's because they don't teach us anything about taxes. It's crazy because doing business is really something you can just throw yourself into, and most of the time you'll be okay. Unless you do something really ignorant, you're gonna be okay. Even if you fuck up, you'll still be okay. Like everybody who deals with business has to deal with all these problems, including starting out. The problem is that most, like, pretty much no one's gonna hold your hand. You gotta just throw yourself into it. Go make your own money. And when it's the beginning of the next year and you go file your taxes, you just tell your tax guy, hey, I made $600 this year selling cookies on the street corner. Bam, you're self-employed. It's that easy. He'll tell you what you owe. You give him the money. You're your own boss now. Like that's all it takes. I swear. And I think people should go back to like encouraging kids to have lemonade stands and stuff like that, because that's what gets your foot in the door. That's what teaches you entrepreneurship. Courtly, I have a nonprofit sound company. That's badass. What's up, Paul? Happy freedom to you. Beck Frank, my boss rocks. Are you the boss, Beck Frank? Tony Rez, taxes are like AI. Once you learn the code, you can manipulate it. I mean, more or less. As long as you give the government the money they want, they don't really care. Kevin, he borrowed it off of me. You cut that that check there for the military. What a good guy. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. Corley, Congress is still getting paid. Yeah, yesterday we were talking about how the first people to not get paid when the government shut down should be Senate and Congress and people like that. People on Capitol Hill should be the first ones to not get paid because it's their fault that the government shut down. And that would also be more incentive to open it up, because unless you like working for free, you better figure out a way to open the government up. But for some reason, everything's backwards, and I don't get that. Beck Frank, you're the boss. Yeah, you got a pretty cool boss. I've met your boss before. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom. Tax is theft. It is, but if these stealers are going to be hanging around thieving from us, I'd rather they're not knocking on my door, so I just give them whatever they want so they leave me alone for the rest of the year. Watch me, I need to turn my garden into a business. You could. Kevin, my nephew's going to be 18 on Sunday. These kids need to stop growing up. Yep, that's how it goes. Kevin, making you feel old? Yep. It's all right. Not everybody gets to be old. I always hear people talking about being old like it's a bad thing, but not everybody gets to be old. I know it's a pain in the ass. I watched my grandparents get old and die, so I know it's a pain in the ass, but it's also a blessing, because there's people that die young. They never get to get old. Corley, my house is paid for. I still have to pay taxes on it. I know. I hate that stuff. Shouldn't be that way. Meta, Elon. Yeah, maybe it was Elon that donated that money. Definitely wouldn't hurt him. Stern, they always pay themselves. I don't know. What's up, Feeling Froggy? Happy freedom. You'll have some Karen calling the cops on your lemonade stand asking about your permit. You don't need a permit. If you're in the public, you don't need a permit. If you're on their property, you have to leave the property. And if you're on your own property, they can call the police all they want to, because the police are going to show up and they're going to pay the $5 for the lemonade stand to support a local business. And then you could take pictures, post it on your Facebook, and then promote your lemonade stand and double your business. That's how it goes. Knowing the law and knowing your rights is the first thing you should do as an American, and then go out there and make money. It's the best recommendation I got. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. I do not like the username stuff over on YouTube. I wish it would go back to the channel names. What's up, Kitty? Happy freedom to you. You see that murderous Grinch didn't get that China battery company in Big Rapids? Oh, I did see that. Goshen or whatever, the Goshen Chinese battery factory was supposed to happen in West Michigan. They're not building it anymore, because the area voted against it over and over again. They stood against it at all the town halls. And then I guess there's been lack of production. And so there's been a variable of reasons. There's a list of reasons out there. But yeah, I heard that Goshen's not building the factory now. But I need to look into it to get all the details before I start getting all excited. Zero. Lemonade stands are illegal in some states without a permit. It's ridiculous. It's because you're selling food. Sell handcrafted shit, you know? Make scarves, make hats, sell that. It was just an example as a lemonade stand. Your kids could cut out paper stars. It's all about making something and then selling it to somebody. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just about jumping through hoops. The point is that if you teach your kids to make their own money and teach them that they don't have to be afraid of it, right? You make 10 doll hairs, 4 of those doll hairs go to the government. You already know that. So every time you make $10, throw $4 in the box, right? And then at the end of the year, all the money in the box, just assume you don't get any of that. So when you go to H&R Block or wherever and you tell them, hey, my lemonade stand made this much money, they're going to ask you to pay into taxes. You open your box, you give them the money. You have more money than, you know, what the government's asking for. To me, I always consider that the equivalence of getting a tax return. That's money that you thought you'd never see again, and, well, you overestimated it. And that's way better than not having enough money for taxes. Now, this is not financial advice, because I can't legally give financial advice. That's just telling you stories about what I do. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, New York AG Letitia James to appear in court on fraud charges, giving us an update on, well, this bulldog-faced female. Now, they're trying to get the whole case thrown out, just like Comey is, because that's how these snakes work, but we'll see how it goes. Now, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is. Okay, in this video, News Nation is going to be referring to Trump going after Letitia James and whatever. It's her fucking up, but they're making it about Trump, and they're saying that this is a revenge campaign. They're going to use that phrase a million times throughout the video. It's their new slogan today. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't. Let's get into this.
Developing right now, New York's top prosecutor is due in federal court today, but this time she's facing the judge as a defendant. Letitia James is set to be arraigned on mortgage fraud charges. Critics say this is the latest example of a revenge campaign led by the Trump administration. The White House is accusing James of being a, quote, dirty cop. News Nation's Marcus Espinoza is live for us in New York City. Marcus, good morning to you. Letitia James is claiming the charges aren't valid because of who is prosecuting the case. What can you tell us about this?
Hey, Anna, good morning. Yeah, today is a big day, a lot of anticipation around this day. And you mentioned it there. Critics of this move say this is certainly a part of the revenge campaign from President Trump. But later today, New York State Attorney General Letitia James will appear before a U.S. District Court judge in Norfolk, Virginia later this morning. Her legal team has already filed a motion to have the charges dismissed, saying the interim U.S. attorney handpicked by President Trump to try the case wasn't installed properly. Lindsay Halligan has previously served as President Trump's personal attorney and doesn't have any experience as a prosecutor. She was appointed after 2 assistant U.S. attorneys were fired, one reportedly because they opposed James's indictment. The indictment accuses James of lying on a mortgage application in 2020, saying a house she bought in Norfolk, Virginia would be a second home for personal use. The government says it was really rental property and, quote, this misrepresentation allowed James to obtain favorable loan terms not available for investment properties. And if she's found guilty, Letitia James could face up to 30 years in prison, Anna, and a $1 million fine on each count. She's charged with bank fraud and making a false statement to a financial institution. James blasts the indictment as, quote, baseless, claiming the case is revenge for investigating and prosecuting the president, Anna.
Say this is small potatoes with charges like that, but others go, a rule's a rule. Marcus, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to bring in former U.S. Attorney for the
Okay, so like I said, just follow up there. They're trying to get the case thrown out and all of that, and who knows, maybe they will throw the case out. It's hard to say. I highly doubt anything's going to happen to these people. I'd be shocked. Comey, Letitia James, Obama, all these people they keep bringing up, I'd be shocked if any of them actually went to jail, spent more than 24 hours in a cell, any of that, even had to like wear oranges or, you know, I'd be surprised to see any of that, let alone 30 years in prison. I'd be shocked to see that. Either way, News Nation calling it the revenge campaign over and over again for 2 minutes and 14 seconds. James's attorneys trying to get the charges dropped. Hold on, we got to pull Jack out the way here. Klaus Daniels trying to get his seat. Anyways, Letitia James's attorneys are trying to get the charges dropped, claiming that the U.S. attorney on the case that was picked by President Trump was not installed properly. She's being charged with bank fraud and making a false statement to a financial institution, and she is facing up to 30 years in prison. But like I said, I'd be shocked if she got any real time. Next up, we got our midlife break. It's our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Happy as Could Be. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Letitia James. What's up, Live It Review? Happy freedom to you. Zero, Letitia is a piece of shit and a liar. Everything she accused Trump of, she was doing, yeah. Yep, nobody was above the law. What happened to that? I ain't been hearing her say that at all. She was, though. Russell, Obama won't go to jail. Presidential immunity. Yeah. What's up, Kung Fu? Happy freedom to you. Certain tripod projecting much. Corley, the No Kings protest was the 4th of July. Yeah, absolutely. Keep it salty. They're just setting an example to not follow the laws if Democrats can get away with it. Why can't anybody else? Yeah, well, it's because the Democrats seem to be in key positions. So anytime a Democrat screws up, anybody who would be there to hold them accountable is also a Democrat. So every time a Republican or a Trumper or anybody like that gets in trouble, everybody you got to talk to while you're dealing with being in trouble or even getting trouble, you're not doing anything wrong, but they gaslight you into saying they claim that you are. For example, walking into a dollar store and having the cashier just, throw themselves on the ground and then start pointing fingers being like, oh, you punched me in the face. That didn't happen. Well, these people are in position to say that you did, and they can just fuck you all the way down the stream here, and there isn't anything you can do about it. So it's a weird thing. I don't know why it's so heavily one-sided. Weird, you guys are buffering on Rumble? It's not on my end. It must be Rumble doing it. It's always something. God forbid I have a good day. Watchman, I gotta pick beans and peppers. So glad you read a lot of the chat. I do, but I guess that's also why people leave. That's the biggest complaint, is people do not want to hear me read the chat. And I don't know how to not do it. I'd be so damn bored sitting here just talking at the screen and not talking with you guys. Pager Dad, she's the new Reverend. Talking about Al Sharpton? Yeah. Yep. When all else fails, bring up a race. Kirsten, hope it busts her pocketbook at least. She's disgusting. Yeah, well, and maybe that'll happen. Maybe they'll have her pay a lot of fines and stuff. Patriot Dad, I need a new Trump sign. Mine's a bit weathered and bullet holes are on the edge. Lefties can't shoot. That's hilarious. Where can you even get Trump signs now? Because you can only get it during campaign season, right? I never put mine outside. I didn't want it to get messed up. Kirsten, I love that about your show. It's the whole reason I watch. Well, thanks, Kirsten. I appreciate the feedback. I never know what to do about anything. I'll get 2 messages in the same day, and one person will hate something, and the other person will tell me that they love that thing that the other person hates. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. We need more hooligans. That's all I know is we need more hooligans. I break my brain on it every day. Live Review, no buffering on the site. Just feeling buff over here. That's right, Live Review. Oh, I appreciate all of you guys on the site. Shane, the wrong crowd will fade out. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you, Tool to Care. Thank you guys for the feedback. Oh, I try, Shane. Southern Eagleman, she's such a liar. They don't like when the shoe's on the other foot. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Democrats are big on that. Like John Kennedy said, if they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. And they prove that to be true every single day when they wake up. Oh, I appreciate you, Southern Eagleman. Thank you, Stern. Rid, happy freedom to you. That's an awesome name. Feeling froggy, you can't get them online. Oh, what are you talking about? You can get what online? Man, you better read my comments. I do, man. I do. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. Says some Taco Bell on me. Much love, hooligans. Thank you, Patriot Dad. Appreciate you. Let's see, Kirsten. Not enough people know about Rumble. It's the best platform these days. It needs to be marketed more. How to do that? Well, the problem is a lot of people don't like the buffering, and it seems to be a common problem. A lot of people who are on YouTube say that they're on YouTube because they don't like the buffering on Rumble, but if you're on the browser, you seem to have a better experience. On the app, I get buffering and shit too. Everybody should just come to the website. That's what they should be doing, because that's what I pour all my time and money into. Either way, moving forward here. Next up, oh, hold on a second. Thank you so much, Russell, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Russell. Thank you so much. Says, go fill your crock pot. Thank you, Russell. All right, hooligans. Like I said, we got our midlife break coming up. It's provided by Get Some, and it's titled Happy as Can Be. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open a browser, go to rumble.com, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this funny video pulled up real quick. Let me see here. Gessam's not even here, I don't think. So he's going to miss his own video. Why? Either way, like I said, it was provided by Get Some, and it is titled Happy as Can Be.
Oh, babe, do you see that guy?
What?
The drunk one, stumbling around over there?
Yeah.
He proposed to me, and I rejected him.
Look at him. Still celebrating.
Oh, babe, do you see that guy?
He said, he's still celebrating. Holy, only winners make it out. Either way, getting back into the news here. Next up, we got witness describes tense scene as officers shot at U-Haul during protest. Now, I think this is a weird scene. Everything about this seems really weird to me. Because it's depicting some Antifa person, or we can assume they're Antifa. They're all masked up and stuff. They back a U-Haul up towards the police line that I guess has Coast Guard and, I don't know, a various law enforcement, and was acting like they were going to run over the agents in reverse in a U-Haul. Now everybody opened fire, and then the guy just left. He just got out of the truck and walked away, and they don't know what happened to him, and that sounds really fucking suspicious to me. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
A protest against the now canceled immigration enforcement surge in the San Francisco Bay Area turned violent last night. Officers in the city of Alameda opened fire at a U-Haul backing into a line of Coast Guard and law enforcement personnel. The suspect, we're told, ran away, and police do not have anyone in custody just yet. CBS News Bay Area reporter Veronica Macias is at the scene 15 miles away from San Francisco with the many questions still surrounding this incident.
This morning here at Coast Guard Alameda, there are a lot of unanswered questions surrounding the driver of a U-Haul truck that appeared to try to ram the vehicle onto the bridge and towards Coast Guard members that were standing guard. This morning, we need to know what his motive was, who he is, and whether or not there was another bystander that was injured by that gunfire that erupted at about 10 p.m. This investigation now in the hands of the FBI. Those agents are here. They've been here throughout the morning working to collect evidence. We also know that the Coast Guard said that driver completely ignored commands and posed a threat to them. In a statement, the Coast Guard saying there were no Coast Guard members injured in the incident. Here we could see video showing that U-Haul truck reversing towards the base of the entrance, law enforcement firing their weapons at the vehicle, the driver then sitting in the truck idling before driving off. Take a listen to what our photographer Rick Villaroman had to say about the situation last night as violence erupted.
There were just screeching cars, the crowd dispersed quickly. Then the driver of the U-Haul came back, parked it down this street here, and walked out and left.
Again, at this moment, we're just trying to gather more information from the FBI surrounding that driver. There are unconfirmed reports that the driver, along with the bystander, were treated in a Bay Area hospital. As for the protests here in Alameda, they continue. A lot of people unswayed by the cancellation of the federal deployment by the president. They're concerned about other areas like Oakland and Alameda. Community groups already mobilizing, telling people in the migrant community to stay indoors.
Okay. Now, I don't know. All of that seems really weird. They got the guy right on camera. He's just sitting there like checking his phone and stuff. Yeah, he's got a mask on, but he still has on less than what almost every J6er had, and they found all of those people. They can't find this guy? And then after they lit up the U-Haul, he just pulled around the corner and parked it, just got out and walked away. And they haven't found a bad guy yet? I don't understand anything about any part of that. They got his face right there on camera. They're just playing it on the news. They're like, this guy, he almost died by law enforcement? Yeah, he just walked away. We don't know who that guy is. Like, oh, okay. We supposedly found Charlie Kirk's killer from some blurry-ass security footage from fucking somewhere. This guy, we got him from iPhone video. We don't know who that is. It's whatever's whatever. Oh, okay. Seems like a big deal if you're going to open fire on a U-Haul truck, but I mean, if you're not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. This shit doesn't make sense to me. Either way, next up we got Border Patrol commander accused of violating federal judge's orders. This kind of made me chuckle a little bit. I mean, you're supposed to follow the law and stuff, but this is the leader of ICE and all of that. We've been covering interviews with him and stuff. I want to say some leader, supposed leader of Latin Kings, I think it was, supposedly put a hit on this guy. We covered that video. He was saying it was like $20K or $10K if somebody did something bad to this guy specifically. Now they got him on camera throwing tear gas while they're not supposed to be throwing tear gas. And like I said, it made me chuckle. It's coming up next, but first, We're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about this U-Haul situation here. Welcome back, Turbo. Was there a tarp involved? Russell, they were lucky that the U-Haul wasn't V-bide. What is that? I've never heard of that. Zero testing the system. Seems like it. Snook's insanity is running rampant. Yeah. It's because they're not putting people in jail. It's hard to get attacked every weekend if the people you put, or the people who are attacking you, get put in jail. Most of the time you stay there longer in a weekend. So next weekend you'd be fine. That's why I keep thinking when I see Chicago. Chicago's having this issue. This next video is gonna be showing it. Showing all these protesters standing outside the immigration facility or whatever it is. That wouldn't happen if they actually put them in jail. And I'm not talking about arresting protesters. I'm talking about if they're throwing bricks at you, throw them in fucking jail. That's an offense. Technically, if you go outside and you start screaming and throwing yourself around on the ground, that's disorderly. You can be arrested for that. You can do 90 days in jail for that. So I don't understand when they're like, well, we can't arrest the protesters that are throwing bricks at us. No, you can. They might not get prosecuted. The judge may not sentence them, but you could still arrest them. You just don't want to for whatever reasons. And that shit doesn't make sense to me. What's up, guys? Happy freedom to you. Did you make it in time for your own video? Starting tripod, a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. Interesting. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Yeah. They could have been in real danger if that was the case. Do you think they borrowed the U-Haul from Patriot Front? Patriot Dad paid lefties. That's what I think it is too. I think it was too clean. He just parked it and then drove away. Major, they took themselves to the hospital afterwards? Oh, I didn't see that. Maybe they got hit. That's what I was wondering when they said that he parked it and walked away. I was like, maybe he was shot. Because people go into shock and all of that. That's why they say if you're going to conceal carry that you should have a higher caliber. Because when you're trying to get at somebody and you get shot, you don't always know that you were shot. So you keep aggressing. And so if somebody's trying to get at you and you shoot them, they may not stop. They may continue to aggress. So they always say to carry a bigger caliber. So if their brain doesn't tell them to stop, the force will tell them to stop. Because that slug will hit them and it'll stop their momentum. Yeah, Russell, I've never heard of that before. Zero. Why? Why is that happening? I'm not going to read that out loud, Zero. There will be residual stigma if I do. Major 40 cal leaves a gnarly exit. Starting trip out 40 cal. Major, I like my Glock 30s. Everything I have is 9 pretty much. I mean, except for rifles and stuff. Just reading a comment and the whole chat refreshed. I hate when that happens. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for the bits over on Twitch. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. Southern Eagleman should have been blood left behind if he was hit. Yeah. I just don't understand how he's not arrested. And if he went to the hospital, then how come he didn't get arrested there? What's up, Roy? Happy freedom. I just got shot. Or I just got shot up. Why wait for a photo op? That's what I mean. I don't know. They open fire on him. He pulls forward 20 feet and then he parks it. And then he's like, well, let me just say my goodbyes on the phone real quick. Zero, I'm pretty sure the driver was hit. I mean, you would think so. I wouldn't assume that U-Hauls were built to withstand gunfire. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I've never used the U-Haul like that, so I'm not sure. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, next up, Border Patrol commander accused of violating federal judge's orders. Yeah, this guy probably shouldn't have did this, but at the same time, when you're dealing with animals every day, things are gonna happen. Alright, once again, this is Border Patrol commander accused of violating federal judge's orders. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The Border Patrol chief overseeing Operation Midway Blitz in Chicago is now part of a new court filing against the Department of Homeland Security. Gregory Bovino is accused of violating a judge's order and personally tossing tear gas at anti-ICE protesters. News Nation's Mills Hayes has been covering the protests for us outside of an ICE facility in the Chicago area for the last several weeks. She joins us now again this morning. Mills, there's some new video at the center of this filing. Tell us more about that.
Right. Good morning to you, Marnie. This temporary restraining order is supposed to stop federal agents or officers from using riot control methods like tear gas unless they're facing an imminent threat. But this new video appears to show Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino throw a can of tear gas at protesters in Chicago on Thursday. Attorneys representing the protesters, journalists, and clergy members say this video shows Bovino and agents disobey the TRO. Community members say a warning was never given. Protesters demonstrating after federal agents and officers were spotted in a majority.
I love that clip of him throwing the CS gas. That wasn't him. I don't know who that. They just think all white people look the same. That's what I'd be saying if I went to court. He is right on camera throwing that fucking tear gas.
Hispanic neighborhood of Little Village this week. At least 6 people were detained Thursday. Chicago police also responded to multiple 911 calls, including from federal agents needing assistance, and one person was arrested for allegedly battering a CPD officer.
What they did is illegal. You know, the attack on, like, look, they detained him over what? There's no charges. So we're going to understand why they got detained to begin with.
We have U.S. citizens being picked up. We have minors being picked up. So this is absolutely wrong.
Those people talking about 2 students being detained. Community members say that 2 students were detained and allegedly were assaulted by federal agents after they stopped at that protest on the way to school. And we did reach out to DHS to get more information about this incident. Have not heard back, but our affiliate did see one of the federal officers' vehicles leaving the scene with a smashed window. Now, Governor Pritzker, he has created an accountability commission that's all about documenting ICE actions around the city of Chicago and examining what's happening, accusing federal agents of, quote, a dangerous abuse of power. Pritzker wants the people of Illinois to record everything and post it on social media.
I wish we didn't have to do this. Can you imagine that we have to do this in this country? A commission on accountability for the things that ICE is doing. So I'm quite upset about it. As you know, I'm taking as much action as I possibly can.
The Department of Homeland Security responding in part, quote, once again, Governor Pritzker continues to smear law enforcement who simply enforce the rule of law and are putting their lives on the line to remove violent criminals from Illinois because J.B. Pritzker refuses to do his job. Pritzker says that a report from the commission will be released in January. Meanwhile, anti-ICE protests continue. As you guys can see behind us, there are more than 50 protesters out here. And we did see that Broadview police allowed them to come into the protest zone earlier than usual. Of course, we know now there are vehicles blocking the road and police telling these protesters that if they get into the road, they will be arrested. Marnie.
All right, we'll continue to check in with you throughout the morning. Mills, thank you.
Thank you for.
So yeah, they're all bent out of shape about that. I think he should just deny it. He's in Chicago. I mean, that's what all the other criminals do. They just go, nuh-uh. Every time they get in trouble, nuh-uh. I'm trying to get right on this clip here of this guy. So funny. They got him throwing the CS can like up close, and it's funny because you can see the handle click off of the can as it's being deployed. Like there's no question about it. He just deployed something on the crowd there, but just for a good laugh, I'd take my ass to court and be like, nah, you guys just think all white people look the same. That wasn't even me. That was somebody else. Prove it. That's what I'd say. Prove it. They're like, your name's on your chest. I'm like, that's not real. That's Photoshop. That's AI. You guys were hanging out with KJP making cheap fakes. That's what I'd be saying. Fuck it. Y'all were hanging out with Canada's leader over there making those cheap fakes and shit. That was Reagan that did that. Anyways. Next up, Blue State issues 62,000 CDLs to illegal border crossers, says the federal audit. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. They are going to be showing a new deadly accident. Some supposed 21-year-old. He looks like he's in his 50s to me, but he's supposedly 21. He was driving a big truck, did something stupid, and then killed 3 Americans. So the illegals, they always find new creative ways to kill us, and no one ever stops it. So there's that. But don't you worry. There's only 62,000 of those people out there in the country. So we don't have a whole lot to worry about. Either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the commander. That's what they're calling him, the commander, the Border Patrol commander throwing that CS gas. Once again, they're saying that the feds broke the judge's orders by deploying tear gas on people acting like animals. Democrats claiming that Americans and minors are being picked up. There's a difference between being detained for being a piece of shit versus being picked up by ICE for being an illegal. So they're out there just spilling bullshit. And then Pritzker gets up there and starts gaslighting everyone, saying that he's doing everything he can as he sits on his fat ass and does nothing. So that's a quick little recap there. Hopping in the chat, and like I said, next up we got the last little bit of the news. 62,000 illegals out here driving truck. It's like another lottery out there. You know, in one lottery you're going to get $500,000 and have to give half of it to the government, or you're going to get smoked by an illegal truck driver on your way to the gas station. Every day is a treat. I don't know what you're talking about, guess some. What's up, 10 man? Happy freedom. You just paid $32 for burnt chicken. Why? How did that come about? Klaus Daniels is like, did Dad cook it? Live review. Why would you do that? Probably didn't know. 10 man's a big fan of burnt chicken. Holy. Zero good. Throw more as they interview illegals. Yeah. Major. I don't think I can read that out loud, but I love that. That's so funny. What was the girl's name? Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. That's right. Colty, actually it was 2 kids and a mom that was killed in the crash. That's crazy. There's so much damage. I can't believe there was only 3 people that died. I didn't realize it was a mom and 2 kids though. Tony Rez, it ain't burnt, it's Cajun style. Ah man, 10 man's from New Orleans. He probably knows about Cajun stuff. If he's saying it's burnt, it's probably hockey pucked. It's probably crunchy chicken. Shane, that's definitely AI. It was. Too old to care. It was AI. It was. That wasn't the commander out there throwing tear gas. Those people are just racist. Tony Rez, JD, Gravy Leg, Pritzker. Guess I'm speaking of accountability. How's that J6 committee prosecution going? Yeah. No accountability for Capitol Hill. Oh, I appreciate you, Colty. Thank you. Yeah, Colty, I'm trying to figure it out. Colty was asking me about my financial situation because last weekend, or maybe it was the weekend before, everything was going to hell. I have survived the overdraft apocalypse, but the merch store wrote me back after 3 weeks of writing them to tell me that their system's all messed up. They don't really know anything about anything, and all payouts are screwed up. So at some point in the future, between now and the end of the world, they may give me my 1,000 doll hairs, but nobody knows when that's actually going to happen. And so I don't really know how to deal with it. I've been mulling it over for a couple days trying to figure out how to respond, because whatever I say back probably won't even get read. So I'm somewhere between wanting to tell them what I really think and just not even writing them back because they're not going to read the email anyway. So I'm just kind of figuring it out. Shane, the charges are they crossed the border illegally. Yeah. I don't know why they don't get it. They need to stop listening to the blue people. The blue people are not helping them. Paid your dad, deport them all. Yep, might as well. I mean, why not? They're already saying that everybody's being picked up and shipped out anyways. If they ship you out and you're an American, just come back. If you're not, well, don't. It's like, I don't know. Just get out of the damn way. Shane, class lawsuit for damages. Oh, if I had the money, I'd be just suing everybody. Tony Rez, JD Pritzker doesn't like ice because it has no calories. I think you're right. Shane, when they didn't handle your check and made your ship bounce, that's damages. Oh, yeah. I know. It's just dumb people. I hate dealing with dumb people. The thing is we're not going to stick with the merch store. So I'd rather just get my money and skate on to the future instead of sit there and dick with them. If I had money, I'd take them to court. You know, I'd love to benefit from people doing me wrong because it's a big hobby for the world to be mistreating me on a regular basis, and I don't know why. If I had the money, I'd fight that fight, and people would leave me the fuck alone. But I don't have money like that. And so, like I said, I'd rather get that money off of them and move forward. We are going to have a new merch store that we will have more control over. Shipping should be way better. Communication, everything should be way better. I am in communication with this other merch store that we're putting together, and I mean, they just gave me deals on prices and everything because they went and looked at the old merch store, and if I told them that I'm trying to do that with them, the 300 designs we have and all that shit, we're trying to bring that over there, and they were excited to hear that. And so they cut the prices. They have a huge catalog of items for us to customize and put up in the merch store and stuff, and they're excited to have us. While the other one's dicking us around over $1,000 and takes 3 weeks to respond to me. So, you know, I already got our sights on this new stuff. It just takes time to put things together. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. Stern, just say keep in touch. That's a good response. I'll probably write him back right after the live. Man, what's 1,000 doll hairs? It's 1,000 of them. Roy, are they gonna fix it, or do you need us to go fix it for you? I'll let you know, Roy. Feeling froggy. Remember, it was okay for what happened to Charlie Kirk over words, but it's not okay for marshals to use tear gas on pepper balls over words. Make that make sense. It's the way they are. What's up, Old Blue? Happy freedom to you. That's the way the lefties are. They're like, it's okay to throw snowballs in other people's face. Hey, why are you throwing snowballs in my face, you racist? That's exactly how they are. Guess making sweatshops, is that what's going on? What's up, Americua? Happy freedom to you. Colty, enough to make a wig. That's right. Let me see here. Shane. Yeah, I wish I had Sue money too. I'd get fucked over a lot. Last company didn't pay me 49 extra hours of programming hours, and being a contractor in government didn't help me. Let's see. I threatened them. They told me we'll see you in court. I hate when people say that stuff. Oh, we'll see you in court. Because one, you don't want to see people in court, and two, if they're full of shit, it makes you want to punch them right in the mouth. Like, you see me now, bitch. Like, that's what I always think. I don't know. That's why, 10 seconds of grace for these fucking losers out here. You gotta do that. As much as you want to make these punches in the face great again, we're not supposed to do that. So, Either way, before we get into this next video, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick about this horror podcast called EATI, which stands for Experimental Alien Technology Institution. This is a found footage audio drama. Each episode is a standalone tape from a secret organization's case files. They investigate things they simply can't explain. What you're hearing is a a first-person recording of a mystery that defies both logic and reality itself. If you love cosmic horror and the terrifying ambiguity of H.P. Lovecraft and the sheer raw terror of found footage genre, then EATI is your next obsession. It's built for headphone listening to deliver a truly immersive handheld camera experience. Every episode is a unique nightmare that will make you question what's real and what's lurking just beyond your sight. You can listen right now on Spotify, iTunes, Rumble, Buzzsprout, and all major platforms. I'm going to drop this link really quick, and we're going to get on to this last little bit of the news. Then we got the fun stuff coming up. What's up, Tom? Happy Freedom. Oh, I appreciate you, Kirsten. Alright, there we go. Click the link, go do the thing, and we're going to get into this next video. Like I said, this is the last little bit of the news, but we are going to get into the fun stuff afterwards, so don't leave just yet. This is Blue State. I like how they just say Blue State. They mean California has issued 62,000 CDLs to illegal border crossers that they found after a federal audit. Now, it's funny because we covered a video last week that was talking about the federal government reaching out to states to get voter rolls and all kinds of stuff like that, because they're auditing everything. They're trying to find fraud and all kinds of stuff. Now, I don't know if it's Doge specifically or what, but all of these audits that were going on last week and prior, all of a sudden now we're having all these videos that are talking about what they found in the audits. Now, just a couple days ago, we found out in Texas it was like 27,000 illegals are registered to vote. In this audit, they discovered that 62,000 CDLs was giving to illegals. So there's potentially 62,000 illegals out there driving truck. Now, they're also going to show this. It's sort of graphic. You ain't going to see blood or anything. You're not going to see people dying, of course. But it is graphic. It's quite the car accident. And the illegal driving the truck supposedly was 21 going on 50, because he looks like a 50-year-old to me. He looks like he's got 6 kids that he don't take care of. But supposedly he's 21. He was on drugs, and he killed 3 Americans while being a fucking dumbass. And everyone's blaming Cali. And I think they should. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Another deadly truck crash involving an illegal immigrant driver. Police say the 21-year-old Indian national was on drugs, never even touched his brakes before he caused a fiery crash that killed 3 people in Southern California on Tuesday. He was released into the United States during the Biden administration after crossing the southern border illegally. That was back in 2022. Reaction from acting ICE Director Todd Lyons in moments, but first to our William LaJeunesse, who's following the stories live in Los Angeles. That video, William, is nothing short of horrific.
Yeah, he never slowed down. But John, you know, many of these incidents never make national news. Remember the Oklahoma Highway Patrol? They arrested 125 illegal immigrants driving big rigs at a single checkpoint. 85% had a commercial driver's license the feds said they never should have had. Just like this driver, as you mentioned, Jashanpreet Singh, an Indian national arrested Tuesday on 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated. He's in court later today. The crash happened outside L.A. Singh, on an 18-wheeler, slams into the back of an SUV before plowing into multiple other vehicles in the same lane, then crashing into those 2 trucks on the shoulder.
The driver was transported for injuries to a local hospital, and at the hospital he was arrested for driving under the influence of drugs.
Singh's not alone. A few months ago in Florida, you remember this illegal immigrant with a California CDL killed 3 during an illegal U-turn. Then California also gave a CDL to this semi-driver who killed a motorist in Texas. The trucker only spoke Mandarin. And check out this post last week from Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy of a foreign driver headed into oncoming traffic.
You are going the wrong way down the freeway. You are committing a felony right now. Okay, what I'm doing, sir?
So now listen to the U.S. driver again try to communicate in plain English what to do next.
Turn your hazard lights on for one. Okay. Turn your hazard lights on now. Your hazard lights, your blinkers. Your blinkers, turn your hazard lights on. They're on, okay.
So the federal audit found California had issued 62,000 CDLs to drivers who entered illegally, John, or do not have a permanent legal status as required by the feds. California sanctuary laws prohibit asking applicants their immigration status. Governor Newsom said there's not a problem. Back to you.
Did I hear you right? Did you say 62,000?
That's correct.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a federal audit.
William Luncheoness for us. William,
Okay. That's a threat. That is a huge threat to the entire country. I think, and let me give some credit here. Let me figure out where it is. High Plains Drifter says other states should ban Cali CDLs. And I agree. I think that California CDLs should not be recognized by any other state because they're just giving them out to illegals. I mean, that's worse than giving them out to just anybody and everybody. You're giving them to people who ain't even supposed to be in the country. These aren't even Americans. It'd be bad enough if it was a 20-year-old American who just killed 3 other people and, you know, caused all that destruction. But no, the guy's not even supposed to be here. Cali put out 62,000 of these CDLs directly to illegals. What has to happen before, like, somebody starts to do something about this dumb shit? Because that is a huge threat to everyone. Because obviously it's a truck driver. They're probably not going to stay in the state. That's kind of the point of them being truck drivers. And I understand there's truck drivers that stay in the state and all of that, but a lot of them travel state lines. It's part of our infrastructure. And now there's 62,000 illegals on the road pretending to be truck drivers. All states should announce that they are no longer recognizing CDLs from California. And whatever happens, happens. And if it causes chaos, if it causes bad stuff from people in California, maybe the leaders there will make some changes because they're not getting it. People shitting in the street, it's not waking them up. Homeless problems, it's not waking them up. Illegals driving truck and becoming police officers, it's not waking them up. California's leaders does not care about shit. And so if we don't import with them, if we don't let their truck drivers leave the state, and they don't have truck drivers anymore because they can't make money like that and they got to go find new jobs and then they struggle to have truck drivers. Well, when you guys can't eat, when you don't have supplies, when you have no resources and you have no way to get it, maybe we'll start making better choices. Like we're going to have to ground California. California's fucking grounded until they decide to make better choices, and then you can come out of your room and shit and watch TV again. It's like, God, we got at what point is enough enough? Either way, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We are going to get into the fun stuff. We got a doubly unboxing today because I got 2 things in the mail, and I don't know who's from what and what I got or any of that, but we got a doubly unboxing. We're going to find out. Then we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Cass, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Hooligans Hitting on Girls. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Donnie, and it's titled Cracking a Cold One. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about 62,000 illegals all around us driving truck. Zero forced them to have to remain in California. Well, they would have to, because if they left the state, they'd be illegally driving truck because we wouldn't honor their CDL. So then you just got a person driving a truck illegally. And then, you know, if they were pulled over or whatever, they'd be susceptible just like that. They might as well be driving without a license. Zero, I saw a post on X saying that the bordering states should set up checkpoints on the state line. Yeah, they should. The thing is, though, is I don't know if they would be able to tell anything because their CDL is like their license. So if you get stopped at a checkpoint, they go, hey, do you got a license? You go, yeah, here you go. And they go, okay, you got one. All right, bye-bye. Because that's all they can do. They're not able to ask about legal status. Only Border Patrol can ask about legal status or agents that have been deputized and all that. That's the only way. So regular officers, they wouldn't be able to tell anything. But if they didn't honor the CDL at all, then like I said, if they left the state lines, it'd be the equivalent of driving without a license. Tom, to be truthful, there are a lot of people that probably shouldn't have one. The guy I ride with tailgates, and the kid I was training with scared the fuck out of me. Yeah, Tom. Well, and I think so too. I think there's a lot of Americans that shouldn't have CDLs, but you know, I think that letting illegals have it, it's like having a thief watch something for you. You know, like, hey, go take care of this for me. Yeah, well, when you go back to get it, it's gone. He pawned it. You know, that's how it feels to me. Guess Beck Frank's gonna beat you up. The review: California politicians need to be personally held responsible for this tragedy. I agree. I don't know what you're talking about, Snooks. Oh, they're not one's a box, the other one's a paper thing. Marikua, on a federal highway, you can give them an English test if they have a CDL. That's a good point. Yeah, because when we were talking about this before, when the last deadly accident happened by the hands of an illegal driving a truck, they were saying that out of how many ever they had screened, only like one of them could pass the English speaking test. The rest of them couldn't even pass that. So yeah, you're right. They should just go by that. If you can't speak English, you shouldn't be driving a truck, because that's the standard. Jaguar Subaru drivers, right? I mean, you ain't got to qualify. I mean, maybe you do. How much do you like kitty? You know, that's what it takes to drive a Subaru. You got to be a big fan of eating cats. Zero, there's a lot of people that shouldn't have a regular driver's license. You're not wrong. There's people they shouldn't let outside. For real. For real. Beck Frank, man, do I have to be omnipresent just to keep an eye on your smart ass? Got some? You do, Beck Frank. Major the liberal Subaru drivers. Yeah, it's true. What's up, Danon? Happy freedom to you. Shane, only thing I have to watch out for is crazy liberal drivers. There's not a lot of liberals where I live, but there's a lot of people in their big dumb trucks, and some of them are like just brain dead rednecks. And around here, I don't know how it is everywhere, but where I live, people who drive truck and the way illegals drive on the road are two in the same. They both drive like they own the road. They both do whatever the hell they want, like there's no consequence. And they're always in the fucking way. It's either people with Texas plates that don't speak English, and they're not from Texas. They're from a little south than that, but they always come up here with Texas plates, or it's people in big ass fucking trucks. And it's the same. It's the same dealing with both. It's just where I live. It's like that. Kirsten, make asylums great again. Yeah, we need it bad. We need it bad. Shane, when I wear my shirts, I get, yo, nice shirt from a ton of people who, pay people, so they're out there. Yeah, I believe you, Shane. A lot of people whisper it up close. Incognito. I'm a huge fan, just don't tell anybody. Jaguar, I take heart my feelings. No. It's not every truck driver, it's just most of them. And it's here. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just talking about where I live. If you come where I live, that's what Get Some said. Anyways, if you're around where I live, just don't drive like shit, and you won't end up getting shit on during the live. It's that easy. What's up, Bill? Happy freedom to you. Grounded shit. Off to military school for Callie. I'm saying send Callie to boarding school. Teasel, it's everywhere. People suck. People do suck. I try not to suck, though. I try to go out of my way to be nice to people. DP, got idiots on the left and idiots on the right. You ain't wrong. So, Brian, happy freedom. Got earthquake? No, I haven't heard anything about earthquake today. Did Letitia James fall down the steps on her way out of court? What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom. What's up, Angelo? Happy freedom to you. Get in the corner, Callie. That's right, nose to the wall. What's up, Steven? Happy freedom to you. Governor Newsom does answer to the federal government. He's about to find himself facing federal charges if he continues to Ignore the law. Yeah, well, if accountability shows up, but hopefully it does. Like I said, when's enough enough? How many Americans have to die before we start treating this like a real problem? What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Hair Juicer, are we eating peppers tonight still? And if so, what time? I'm ready to do the thing. I've been telling people all week, so I think I'm kind of stuck into eating Reaper peppers. And we're going to be reading a book. I keep forgetting to tell you guys this. All of you hooligans over on the website, or any hooligans that want to join the website, if you have a paid membership, go to Hooligans Alley and figure out what book we're going to read tonight in the voice chat. I got 5 of them listed, I think, and whatever one gets the most votes, we're going to read tonight. Major Cali should fall into the ocean already. I think we can fix Cali. We just need better leadership. We need leadership reform. What's up, E-Rock? Happy freedom to you. Well, we'll get this figured out about voice chat. Either way, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we got an unboxing. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Cass, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. In order to use PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, you can send me something in the mail, or you can even send crypto. Sorry, I'm doing 6 things at once. Either way, I'm also going to drop this link because I haven't figured out which one is better yet. Maybe the link is better than the video description. I haven't heard any feedback yet, so I'm just going to keep doing this until something else happens. But either way, there's the link if you would like to support the live to keep us on the air. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, we got an unboxing. We're going to be starting off with this. They came from somewhere. Let's figure it out. What did we get, Klaus? Why are you eyeballing me? What time is it? It ain't even 8 o'clock yet. Why don't you chill out eyeballing me? He's like, so what? I'm still hungry. All right, what did we get? The papers. Enjoy your gift from Giggling Spy. What did we get? Kind of lube is this? This is DMSO cream, pharmaceutical grade DMSO. Good. Maybe we can finally heal the spider bite here. Badass. Thank you so much, Giggling Spy. Really appreciate it. I am looking forward to trying this today. I'm trying a little bit of everything. Got to get the spider bite healed. Let's see what we got here. Nothing to it but to do it. Okay, here's the papers. Also from Giggling Spy. What is it? What is this? Oh. Make sure we got everything. I think we're good. Cloud's gonna try and fit himself in there. Now, when I saw this, I thought maybe this is something inappropriate. I was like, what? What is this? But I actually think they're applicators. Now, I don't... Well, it's from China, so it'll have to be cleaned anyways. I'm sure they're not sterile yet. Applicators. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Giggling Spy. Really appreciate it. I got so many med supplies from you guys sending me stuff for this spider bite. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I got a picture to update you on this spider bite. Scrolling. Come on. Now, the back of my leg that was all messed up looks a lot better, but the side of my leg is still red and got lumps on it, and so it's healing, but it's not healing as fast as I want it to. So let me try and get these pictures pulled up real quick, and then we will move forward with our fun stuff. Oh, where are we at? Can I do this? Oh my goodness, it's so risky. That is risky. Let's do this. Okay. There's my leg. Week 14 of the spider bite. The back of my leg is healing up, but as you can see on the inside of my leg, it is still red and lumpy and not good. So I will be continuing to use all the products that you guys have sent me to try and fight off the spider bite that could not be cured by the emergency room or the walk-in clinic. We gotta leave it up to the hooligans to do this. You guys are fantastic. All right, let's see what we get out of the advent calendar sent by Cass today. Now we're getting down to the last couple doors here. I think we had, what did we have, a doubly yesterday and a triply the day before. Where are we at? We got 3 doors left. Today is 1 of 3. Let's see what we get here. Oh, we actually got a single. Oh, wow. Really cool. Hold on. I don't know if you guys are going to know who this is. Some of you hooligans will. As far as I could tell, this is one of the nurses from Silent Hill. We also got Pyramid Head, and now we have one of the faceless nurses. That is so badass. I actually don't have the Silent Hill games, but I've watched lots of gameplay, and I like the movies. Very cool. Super cool. Thank you so much, Cass. Really appreciate it. Let's get into these funny videos really quick. This first one was provided by Stoner. You guys are going to like this. Come on, do the thing. All right. First funny video of the day. Like I said, it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Hooligans Hitting on Girls.
Just wondering if any of you would be interested in one night stand.
We don't know. Oh my
Would you be interested?
God. No.
You know, you can have my cock.
No!
I'd have to give you a cream pie, though.
No! What did you say?
You want a cream pie?
You want a cream pie? That's that hooligan riz. Good stuff. Getting into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Donnie.
Boys.
This is titled Cracking a Cold One.
Boys, they got me. They got me for doing the biggest wheelie this town's ever seen.
Hey, who are you talking to?
My phone?
You have your phone?
Yeah, you didn't check my pockets. I got a beer too.
It's the hooligan way. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this link list really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we'll be raiding out over on Rumble. So funny. Alright, hooligans, there is the link list where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. Love your guys' contributions. Keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Also, like I've been saying this entire live, we are going to be doing the voice chat after Coffee with Hooligans today. And as far as I know, we're going to be eating Reaper peppers. I'm going to eat a Reaper pepper. I don't know what Hair Juicer's doing yet. He's got a lot of stuff going on. I got to figure it out. But I'll be eating a Reaper pepper. And then we're also going to read one of these hilarious books that was sent by Tori Wayne in the voice chat. So get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. You can join us in the voice chat. We do it every Friday after Coffee with Hooligans. It is a lot of fun, and there is so much stuff to do on the website. I'm telling you, you're going to get your $10 hairs worth. So definitely go check out jeffmaclive.com, get yourself a membership, and join us for the fun happening later today. And I want to remind you, hooligans, that tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday. So no Twitch, no YouTube tomorrow. because we don't have time for those soft community guidelines. We will be live on Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as X, so keep that in mind tomorrow for Free Speech Saturday. And then, of course, you can always use the link list in the description on any platform if you need to make your way to a better platform. So keep that in mind tomorrow. Here, Juicer, you're going to eat a Reaper. What time are you going to be available here, Juicer? I got to make some food, so it'll probably be an hour or so before I get in the voice chat. We're going to read through really quick, Hooligans, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. Got some high success rate? At what? The Riz? Oh, maybe you're talking about something else. Oh, thank you for sending me the list, Zero. Figure out who we're going to raid today. I think we're going to raid Frag if Frag's live. I was going to raid him yesterday, but I wasn't sure. Turbo posting the boobies. Very nice. Thank you so much, High Plains Drifter, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. And welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, High Plains Drifter. Thank you so much. What's up, Willie Fix It? Happy freedom to you. I had Riz before I knew what Riz was. It's in your hooligan blood. It just happens. What's up, 1776? Happy freedom to you. E-Rock, don't fear the Reaper. We're getting to be acquainted at this point. Major, don't worry, we'll get him a peg leg. Yeah, but knowing you guys, it'll be a dildo or something just to laugh at me. Wake up from surgery. It's all green and stuff. It's got a WNBA tattooed on my leg. I'm like, what happened? Your surgeon was a hooligan. Damn it. And you took my good leg. That's how my luck is. Giggling Spy, I don't want Jeff to get septic. Well, I appreciate you, Giggling Spy. Thank you so much. I'm going to apply it right after the live. We will beat this spider bite. Kirsten arrested and kept his beer and his phone. The thing is, he's like, you didn't check my pockets. The cop's like, yeah, you did. Yeah, we did. He's like, not my prison pocket. I'm like, oh, dang. He's loose, but he's a lot of fun. God, I'm just just going off today. So Shroomish, happy freedom. Giggling Spy, wait, don't apply it. No, we gotta fix it. Tony Rez, Jeff Pickle Leg Mac. See, I don't need these problems. Totally care vibrating for your pleasure. Like, what's that buzzing sound? Is your phone ringing? Nah, my leg. It just does that. It's a new model. I ain't gotta worry about anybody bothering me on public transit. They're gonna leave me the hell alone. What's up, Wins? Happy freedom. One night stand. I know, that video is so funny. What's up, MAGA? Happy freedom to you. I gotta get used to reading everybody's usernames on YouTube. I hope so, Snooks. That's the only leg I think is worth keeping. Weapons of ass destruction. Holy shit. Put that on a t-shirt. Livid review. I want to join the pepper challenge, but I'm already burping from beers. The beer might help, though. It might help keep things cool, because eating it is only the first part of the battle. Having it live inside you afterwards is the real struggle. I will, Culty. I'll check him. All right, hooligans. Set time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. It is that time once again. Let's figure out who we are rating out over on Rumble. Let's see. What time is it? 7:30. We're making good time today. Well, Nelly Bean's live. Misfits live. Grimm's live. Let me see. We haven't rated Nelly Bean this week. All right, Hooligans. Let me see. Oh, and they just started their live, so this is perfect timing. We're going to raid Nelly Bean. Make sure you Hooligans hit that like button as soon as you land. And let's get raiding.
Hi, Jeff Mac. Thank you for the raid. Hi, Plastic. Hi, Mista. Hi, Tori. Hi, Cass. I have too many hours on this game. I live there. Hi, Zero. Oh, yeah, I'm doing premium.
I did not realize it was a premium live. My bad, Hooligans, but good effort. Damn. I was so worried about who we had already rated this week that I did not check to see if it was a premium live. Fuck. That was my bad. That was my bad. They need to make it more obvious that it's a premium live. They stick a little green badge right under the title, and I was not looking for it. That was my fault. I suck. I'm sorry. Either way, you guys did the thing, and you were fantastic about it. We're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. Like I said, we're going to be getting in the voice chat in a little bit. Some Hooligans will already be in the voice chat, but I got to go eat first, especially if I'm going to be eating a Reaper. But we are going to be doing that. We're going to read one of these inappropriate books. It's not terrible. It's not like it's porn or anything. It's just funny. They're just funny innuendos and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to get too far out of control. It's just some hooligan goodness. But it is going to be a lot of fun. So definitely consider getting yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com, because we're always doing fun stuff in the voice chat. And there's all kinds of stuff to do on the website. So either way, we're going to read through and we're wrapping her up. Guess all good. She had boobs. She does. She's a very nice lady. Thanks for being here, Matt Rogers. Thanks for being here, Russell. Food review: cheesesteak crepes, turkey sriracha, bacon cinnarol crepes. Lots to do. All of that sounds good. Guess we'll do the Pepto challenge. What is the Pepto challenge? I'm unaffected by Pepto. I could probably do chug a whole thing of Pepto. Oh, fuck, hair juicer. I thought everything was just pending. You didn't lose it, right? It's just like everything's just on hold, right? Live review: boobies. Yes, boobies are always for the win. Plesquack, happy freedom to you. It's okay, she appreciate it though. Yeah. She still got the raid even though it was premium and I messed that all up. It happens. Done, it's premium, I'm too poor. My fault, I didn't mean to do that. Thank you so much, Southern Eagleman, for gifting a sub over on Twitch. You're awesome, Southern Eagleman. Thank you so much for the support. What's up, Bree? Happy freedom. What's up, Hazard? Happy freedom to you. MAGA, let me see. You shouldn't have to have premium to watch us live today. MAGA. Only when we're doing premium lives, but we're not premium right now. Nelly is though, so that, you know, that screwed up that, but you should be able to watch over on Rumble without having to have the premium. MAGA having sloppy joes tonight. Very nice. Damn, hair juicer. Guess fuck that. I'd stick popsicles up my ass first before, whether that's cheating or not. What are you saying? Respond to livid review. Pepto before the pepper is cheating. Oh yeah, I don't know. Cheating or not, it is hard to eat a Reaper. It will challenge you. You can feel your soul struggling inside of your body. It's something else. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. We are wrapping this up, but like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We are doing Free Speech Saturday tomorrow because it is Free Speech Saturday. So that means there is not going to be any YouTube or Twitch streams because we don't have time for their community guidelines on Free Speech Saturday. So like I said, use the link list in the video description on those platforms to make your way to a better platform tomorrow. We will be live on Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as X. So come join us for Free Speech Saturday's Coffee with Hooligans. And like I said, in an hour or so, I'm going to be heading into the voice chat. I'm sure Hooligans will already be there. Over on jeffmaclive.com, get yourself a paid membership. You can join us in the voice chat. We're going to be eating peppers and reading funny books, and it's going to be a good time. And we do that just about every week. Every Friday, we do the voice chat. It's just you never know what you're going to be walking into, but it's always a lot of fun. So definitely keep that in mind. What's up, Kirsten? Happy freedom to you, and thank you for joining us over on the website. Very cool. That's badass. You Hooligans, show her how to do the thing over there. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow. We got the voice chat tonight. And I want you guys to have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news. And thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. I really appreciate all of you guys. Go find yourself some good food. I will do the same. Be safe, but have fun. And make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you Hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.